Yo, what's going on, everybody? I know this is a really odd time for me to come on, but wanted to hop on here because I feel like it's been a little bit, and I wanted to talk about identifying um, what you should be focusing on in your business. So I thought I wanted to hop on here today and talk about that. Just waiting for people to jump on here. Here comes everybody. What's going on, Omar? Hey, Kevin. What's up, William? Good to see you, man. Sandra, hey. Keith, what's up, man? Amy, what's going on? I am going to hop onto this on my phone, but let me just pull up my share my screen here so we can go over this stuff. Um, as I'm talking here, I'm just going to jump onto this. So, guys, this is something that I learned from one of my mentors, Andrew Cruzy. So before we get into this, I just want to give him some props on this. But this has been huge for me. At all times, you're going to be bleeding from some area in your business, right? At least one area, if not multiple. So I want you to look at this flow chart, so to say, or this chain, and I want you to start thinking about what area or areas in your business are not performing optimally right now. So I will define these quickly. So the first thing on here is awareness. So your awareness, that's going to be how many eyeballs are on your stuff, right? How many people do you have on your Facebook? How many people do you have connected to you on Facebook? How big is your email list? How many people are going to your website? How many people are getting in front of you or your content? That's the definition of awareness. I would venture to guess that the vast majority of people in here, awareness is a problem. So what I'm going to do is define each one of these areas, guys, and then talk about some ideas on improving each of these areas. What's up? Speak of the devil. What's up, Andrew? All times. Oh, let me mute this. Going to be... So yeah. So we just talked about awareness. From there is generating the leads. So lead gen is is basically getting those people to raise their hands, right, and saying, "Hey, I'm interested. I'm interested in what you have, what freebie, what handout, what template, spreadsheet that actually gets them to say, like, hey, I'm a potential buyer here." And by the way, guys, I will happy to send this over to anybody that wants this little handout, this little freebie to think about. Just type in, let's say, hashtag worksheet's fine. Hashtag worksheet if you guys want me to send this over, and I'll ship this over to you guys. But yeah, so lead gen, anything that gets them to raise their hand. From there, once you get those people raising their hands, you should be generating sales opportunities, right? So this is the number of sales appointments you have. Are you generating a high number of sales opportunities? Ideally, at the very least, you should be doing at least 3 appointments a week, if not more. That's a good starting point. So from there, you're getting sales appointments. The next step is closing them, right? So how's our sales process look? Is it working optimally? Do we have a high close rate? And if we don't, what's causing the low close rate? And we'll go into some things that we can do to optimize this stuff. The next one's another pretty big common problem, and that's delivery. So delivery, this could be either the quality of your service isn't there, like you're not getting as many rave reviews as you want. There's some things that you could be doing to improve your service delivery, or also just making it more time efficient so you have more time to work on your business and grow your business versus in the business. So this could be hiring team as well, or implementing systems to make the business work a little bit less stressful for you. Okay, and then finally, once you've got this awesome work done, you're doing great work. Having a system to upsell and generate referrals for you. so that you can, continue to build the business, right? So how do we improve in each of these areas? What are some things that we can do with each of these? Awareness, like I said, that's going to be one that for a lot of you guys is something that you need to focus on. Increase your list. So add more Facebook friends, get more LinkedIn connections, add more Instagram followers, find a way to get people on your email list. So offering, this kind of goes into lead gen, but some kind of freebie to get them on an email list. If you have a Facebook group, which is something that I would recommend, depending on your specific audience and niche, increasing your Facebook group size and getting more people into your group. And then on top of that, I mean, let's just get off of the digital world here. I mean, this goes for speaking engagements as well. So get it going to bigger, better networking events, having more speaking engagements in front of more people. So those are all really good ways that you can increase your awareness on you and your service. If anybody has any questions, by the way, as I go through this, let me know. But I can tell you right now, this is generally a problem for a lot of people. Okay. Lead gen. So lead gen is, we need to think about what is an attractive hand raiser. A hand raiser is something like a template or a guide or a spreadsheet or some kind of resource that we can give our audience that's going to say, hey, I'm interested in that. Like, I'm interested, send that over, so that we can start those conversations with them. Ideally, optimally, this doesn't need to be fancy. It doesn't need to be, it doesn't need to be a 30-page PDF with graphic design and all this stuff. All that your audience cares about is it should be something that's actionable, that's easily digestible, and it provides a quick win for your audience. So consider that. So something like a template or spreadsheet or a dirty Google Doc, just like what you're looking at right now, are all great examples of hand raisers. So definitely check that out for sure. Think about that, guys. Think about what is something that I can offer that's going to get the attention of my audience, that they're going to be like, wow, that's awesome. I really appreciate that. Let's scroll down here. Sales opportunities. So what are some ways that we can increase the number of appointments? Obviously, improving your awareness and lead gen is going to lead to more sales opportunities. But what we need to do is have more one-to-one conversations with business owners. So Jeanette just jumped on. I know. So my clients, I repeat this to them all the time. Your results are directly proportionate to the number of offers that you make and the number of business owners that you talk to. So you need to be having more conversations with business owners and getting them onto sales appointments. And the best way that you're going to do that is by having more one-to-one conversations with business owners. Start to think about how you can optimize those discussions. Obviously, you still want it to be human to human, personable, but how can you frame those conversations and have more of those conversations go towards the direction of, hey, let's jump on a call. I think I might be able to help you out. I mean, I might be able to help you out with improve your cash flow, or might be able to help you save a few bucks on your your taxes this year, something like that. Another thing that you can do is think about doing every once in a while. You don't want to go crazy, but doing promotional posts or a launch post or offering your services. Tell them, hey, let's jump on a call and see if this is a good opportunity for you. You don't want to do this too much. So if you're not posting a lot of content, generally it's probably not a great idea, but if you are posting content and you are putting yourself out there, definitely every once in a while, put out some promotional content and say, hey, this is what I do. I can help you. And talk to the hand raisers. Okay. So the next one is, now that we're booking, actually, I saw a question from Bill. So how do you get one-to-ones? So what, just really quick, Bill, it's going to be increasing your awareness. So keep growing that list, keep growing that Facebook group, keep growing that email list, keep growing those Facebook friends, LinkedIn connections, do more of those speaking engagements, and then give them, go through the lead gen area. So come up with some kind of template, a guide, a spreadsheet, something that's going to get them an actionable, quick result. And then follow up with them, have conversations with them. Was that helpful? Was that helpful? I think I might be able to help you further. If I could give you some ideas on that, would you want to jump on a call? So that's the easiest route there. You could also just start having conversations with business owners through, whatever social media avenue, LinkedIn or whatever. But the path of least resistance is generally going to. So awesome. Okay, so once we have the sales opportunities situated here, okay, we need to start thinking about are we over a 1 out of 3 sales close rate? I would say that's generally a good benchmark. If you're closing 1 out of 3, you're probably doing okay. If you're not there, what can we do to improve that? Can we send emails before a talk, before the meeting, to tell them a little bit more about who we are, what we do, the value that we're bringing to the table? That can help. That's what I call a warm-up email, and that'll also improve your show-up rate as well. Can you optimize your sales framework or your sales script, and based on the conversation, based on the prior strategy sessions that you've had? Can you I have picked out some things that you think you could optimize or do better. So reviewing your strategy sessions from the past, or thinking about what went right, what went wrong, that's going to allow you to improve. Working on your qualifying questions. So having qualifying questions on your calendar booking system, or that you just send out prior to your calls, is going to help to prior to your calls is going to help make sure that that you're bringing in qualified clients, and that you're not wasting your time with a bunch of unqualified people. And your time's so valuable. You really want to make sure that you're talking to the right people, right? So if you're starting to realize that you're not talking to qualified people, probably review your qualifying questions. This is good. This is kind of like the warm-up email. This is a pre-frame email or message about what the value that your service is going to do for them. And then also a follow-up system. So if you don't close a sale on that first or second call, what system do you have in place, or can you implement to make sure that you're following up with them 30 days after, 60 days after? And are you reaching out and saying, like, hey, are you still having that tax, that cash flow problem? Is that something that a solution? Did you find a solution for that problem yet? So yeah, that's something that you can consider implementing as well. Okay, guys, and then delivery. So, so how can we make delivery more time efficient and higher quality? So can we automate onboarding? Can we bring on team and delegate more work potentially? So it's evaluating things like that on the time efficiency standpoint. And then on the client satisfaction standpoint, it's doing that market research with your clients, like what are their needs, and figuring out how you can improve and optimize your offerings and your services so that your clients are ultimately more satisfied with you. So yeah, I'll ask again, if anybody has any questions in here while I go through that, feel free to ask. I'm just looking. I don't see anything on here yet. And then, yeah, you guys should be doing check-ins and feedback calls with your clients fairly regularly, once a quarter, once every 6 months, something like that. And that's going to help you lead to more testimonials and more referrals. I'll give you an example. If you reach out to a client and say, hey, I just wanted to check in, just wanted to do a feedback call. What overall, what kind of job do you, how are we doing so far? What have you liked? And if they give you a rave review, then you've got your testimonial on your hands and potentially a referral. If they say, oh, I really think that it would be better if we had more one-on-one time, that's actually an opportunity, guys, for you to upsell. So this could actually lead to more of an upsell opportunity doing these feedback calls, believe it or not. So if you guys aren't doing feedback calls, it is the end of November. It's getting to be a good time of year to start doing these feedback calls with your current clients. See if you can bring in more services. I know that I'm going through a lot tonight, guys, but I just wanted to give you guys a couple of examples in each of these areas. Again, if you guys want this handout, just some ideas on the chain here and on this chain here and examples, just put in hashtag worksheet and I'll get it over to you. So action items for you guys. Identify your 1 or 2 biggest bottlenecks currently out of all these areas. And like I said, probably awareness is likely for a lot of you guys one of them, depending on the size of your list. But what is that other one, or what is your specific bottlenecks right now? And then number 2, implement 1 to 2 items that you can start using to improve this area and make it a priority, make it a focus. It could be something from up here above. It could be something else that you're thinking that might improve your business. So another good thing to do is, since this is a big focus in your business, let's make it a quarterly goal. So let's just say, hey, by 12/31, I'm going to have my sales system in place. So I'm going to know I'm going to have a process and system on how I handle all my sales. So, yeah, so for you guys that just jumped on a little bit late in the middle of this, you're always bleeding from one of these areas. So there's always a bottleneck in your business. Is it awareness? Is it not having enough eyeballs on your stuff? Is it lead gen? Is it not getting enough people to raise their hands about what you have to offer? Is it sales opportunities? Is it getting people on the appointments on the calendar with you? Is it closing them? Is it taking them from sales appointment to client? Is it delivery? Is it the quality of your service? Or is it the time efficiency with which it's taking you to complete your service? Or are you having any challenges with upselling and getting referrals in the door? So yeah, guys, I'm here for you. I'm happy to talk about any of these areas. If there is something that you want to talk about how you can improve these bottlenecks in your business, happy to talk. You can just shoot me a message in Messenger, and we can definitely discuss. But hope this was valuable for you. If you guys liked it, put a heart in here. But otherwise, I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay, take care.